see if it worked. We'll go ahead and open up the results. Here they are. Load the markers. Now, the first thing we have to do is get rid of any ambient light influence onto the data. So we come in here and refine the data, and let's get rid of ambient light. Okay, so everything shifted down just a bit, because we record for every channel, we also record the ambient light. Next, we want to also remove any motion artifacts. This is done via sliding window motion artifact projection filter. So come on over here. Right now I'm just going with defaults for everything in the interest of time, so you can see kind of how it works. So we had really no artifacts, nothing got removed. I mean, I was just sitting down all the time. If I was walking around doing a task, we would have some motion artifacts, right? We would eliminate those. And finally, we want to apply a filter to remove hemodynamic effects onto the data. So that's just the FIR filter, and you can barely see it. It was just a slight adjustment in the signal that took place. Now let's calculate oxygenation. This is just raw data. That's just voltages coming from the sensors. It's nothing yet, right? Now off of this refined data, we'll calculate the oxygenation, and we get this line here. We have the blue one is deoxygenated hemoglobin, the red one is oxygenated hemoglobin. And these are our conditions. One is the first one, the easy one. Then we have from here to here the second condition and the third condition. Let's display only oxygenated hemoglobin, and let's zoom in. So we're talking about a range from maybe -3 to about 6. Now we can clearly see what's happened, right? The first one was not that difficult. We did not have much oxygenation, but if you remember during the task, it took me a bit of time to speed up, and the same thing happened here, right, in this one. The third one is only slightly more difficult than the second one. We only added one more digit. So it's probably not surprising that it performed the oxygenation in the brain did not change dramatically. Now, let's go into the next step of analysis. We have to define some blocks of data. So, every time we have the marker 1, ending with the marker 1, that's the easy condition, right? We call it easy. And now it will be marked as a blue bar on the data. Then we have the next one from marker 102 to marker 102, that's medium. Now these things that I'm doing now during an experiment, you can automate these scoring procedures. But right now I'm doing them manually so you can see how it would work. And finally, we have the third marker. The third marker is the one that gave us the last task. That's hard. Let's save this. Let's save all the blocks. So we save all the blocks. Just keep hitting next, next, and save. And we get the smiley face, which is good, right? So now these are our variables. Here we have the oxygenation for the different blocks. This is, you can see here, easy block, medium, hard. We can go ahead and select all of them and view them. So now we can see changes in oxygenation for the different octodes. And octodes go like this, from left to right. So we have easy, medium, and hard conditions. We can see changes pretty much everywhere, right? Probably more dramatic on the right side, and that's kind of what you would expect. It's like for this kind of task, but you see changes everywhere. I mean, it's not exactly an easy task to do if you sit down and try it. It's taxing your resources to do this. So now that we have these variables, we can also come back to the main window and look at the topograph. We can load up one of the variables, for example, the medium condition. So we load it up here as a variable, and let's look at this interpolated border. This is just a fancier way for the data to look, right? The actual data is just this, okay? But if we apply a bit of math to it, we get a slightly more human readable image, and we overlay it on the brain. Okay. So now we can see during the course of this trial what happens, right? I can speed it up to about 4x. So this is during the median trial. We can see activation changes. And these are changes from baseline, keep in mind, right? These are not absolute measurements. These are changes from baseline. The baseline can be the one we recorded at the beginning, or you can arbitrarily specify what the baseline will be. This video I can go ahead and export as a video file for purposes of viewing pleasure and the nice presentation that you would do to show your data. More importantly, if we come back to this window where we have all the variables, now all these variables, they can be exported, okay? So they can be exported, and you can save them for every participant, okay? And then load them in again, and in the software, you can do analysis. So you can see here, you can do t-tests, ANOVAs, right? And this is all done on variables. So you add variables, and if you have to add variables for multiple participants, then you can start doing tests right within the software, which is very cool. So I'm obviously, because we don't have much time, I'm really rushing through things, but I think the message is that all of this is very, very simple to use. All I have is a system in my pocket, sitting down or walking around with it. It takes literally a minute to apply and test to see if you have a good signal. Then, as you can see, you can get the data even with a single trial from a participant. And then you can perform the analysis right in the software. Okay, so I want to open the rest of the time for questions.
So you have some question for BioPack?